The Legacy of Hope.
A Great Venture by Bonaventure.
It is said that the Japanese have walls that are hollow. So you have one side like this and another side like this, and there is space in between. But that forms a wall. Now, someone tells a story that once it was discovered when another wanted to do renovation, that in such a wall, there was a lizard stuck in one side, in the hollow space. But he stuck there because a nail that was pushed in from this side had caught him on the leg. So he was stuck in between the two, but inside the wall. So when they were doing the renovation, they broke this part and realized the lizard was still alive. Now, while the person who was doing the renovation was struck with pity because this lizard must have been suffering for long, and this nail was put there long ago, he was also curious. How did he survive all these years? Because he was still alive. So he watched for a while until he discovered that another lizard had taken it upon himself to be feeding this stuck lizard over so many years. A lizard attending to another lizard. An animal attending to another animal. How is it that rational animals like us, like Aristotle will call us, will not attend to one another? That is why almsgiving is necessary. This is how our world goes round. This is how our world survives. At one point, I am in need, and another point, I am able to give. At one point, somebody else is in need. At another point, that person is able to give. None of us is never in need. None of us is never able to give. All of us are able to give at some point, and all of us are in need at some point, and so need one another. If only we will reach out to one another and be of help to one another, the lack we see all around us will be extinguished. The world has something for everybody's need, but not enough for everybody's greed. If we will put aside greed and make charity, make almsgiving a normal feature of our lives, and make it a habit, then everyone will have enough, and everyone will be able to survive the difficulties they go through. Now, Tobit gives us a beautiful example in Tobit chapter 4, the text we have today available to us. He tells us, one, that we should make it a habit and continue to give alms so that somebody will benefit, because your giving alms is actually a prayer answered for another. And God wants to use our hands, He wants to use our feet, He wants to use our eyes, He wants to use our ears to be a blessing to another. Tobit also tells us not only to make it a habit, but to give willingly and not grudgingly. So while you give, do not feel sad that you give. Do not feel pained that you are losing. Mother Teresa says, for instance, that, look, it is when we give till it hurts that we are actually giving. So let's give and be ready to give at all times. In any case, like 1 Corinthians chapter 4 would tell us, what is it that you have that was not given to you? And why do we boast as if it was not a gift from God? Again, Tobit suggests that it is important to give according to our strength. So how much you have will determine how much you give. Of course, if you have so much, you don't give little, you give much. If you have quite little, you give as little as you have. But whatever you give, even as you think it is little, may be great for another. So give. Don't wait to become rich before you give. Then Tobit also suggests that our almsgiving will take us from darkness and from death, because our almsgiving is actually a sweet fragrance in the sight of God. St. Augustine says something beautiful. He says, look into your drawer. Look into your bag. Look at all the things that you have. It is God who has given it to you. Take the things from it that you need, that you use constantly. Then he says, the rest of it is not yours. Give it out. My dear brothers and sisters, go into your closet, go into your bag, search your wallet, see the things you have, and be a blessing to somebody, and make it a habit, and see how it will be a sweet fragrance in the sight of God. It will bring enormous blessings to you. For Proverbs chapter 11 verse 25 says, he who waters others will also be watered. God bless you.